going on YouTube? Run Good Live coming at you with a brand new video today, and today we are doing an update on my Starstock account. It's been a few months since I've last recorded a Starstock video. In my last video, I talked about how I was going all in on the platform. I was very happy with the funding that they had secured from investor groups, most notably led by Kevin Durant. And since then, a lot has happened. So since then, I believe that I sent that right around January, and then I sent them 5 boxes worth of cards, 4 flat rate priority boxes, and 1 smaller box with some more valuable stuff in it. Sent them about 4,000 cards total, and a lot has happened since then. Since then, they have received a second round of funding. I believe this one was much more substantial. I can't recall the exact dollar amount, but that's more confidence for their buyers and sellers that this marketplace is here to stay, that they are innovating. They have done a lot of cool stuff in the last few weeks. Now, I will say, not 100% fanboy. There is some stuff that we're going to talk about in this video that I don't like, that I'm very upset about. But for the most part, my experience has been good. Now, the biggest change to Starstock happened just a few weeks back. They announced that there's going to be a per card submission fee of 25 cents per card. This is a major change from the past when you could send them any rookie card that fit their qualifications, and they would process it for free. The whole system, their whole economy ran on a 5% transaction fee at the point of sale. They are now taking a 25 cent per card fee, which compared to their competitor, and we're going to compare a lot in this video, compared to their primary competitor, which is, check out my cards, ComC.com, it's very reasonable. ComC has not had a 25 cent per card submission fee in a couple of years now. The floor is typically 35 cents, but I believe even that, I've not submitted cards to ComC all this year. I believe even now the cheapest way you can get a card on ComC right now is for 50 cents, and with their processing delays, with their shipping delays, with their 1,600 plus negative feedback in the last 30 days on eBay, kind of a dumpster fire right now. And that's not a knock on any ComC employees who are doing the daily work. You know, the customer service team, the shipping team, the processing team. They're all working as hard as they can. I know a lot of the folks at ComC. So this doesn't come from a place of frustration with them. But, man, the people who run ComC, just an absolute dumpster fire right now. I'm just going to throw that out there. Man, we're in the golden era. We're in the golden era of the hobby. And they are just blowing the biggest opportunity they have. But we're not going to talk about ComC. Maybe I'll just go on a rant in another video. This is a Starstock video, so let's go ahead, get into it a little bit, and talk a little bit about Starstock. So some of the features that I like about Starstock, I like the aesthetic, I like the view. I like the homepage, I like the idea of the emerging 20, which is an index for the top 20, I believe top 20 MLB prospects from the last 3 years. So you can view the index, click this. It shows you the emerging players, all the top players by week. You can see the week to weeks. You can see the growth. You can track Tatis for his injury. And now he's, you know, this is his tops PSA 10, I believe. Yeah, his PSA 10 of his true rookie card. I like things like this. I like this visual data. This is great. Nobody in the online consignment world is doing anything like this. This is a great feature. This is a great use of Starstock taking their data and plugging it into a visual representation and creating their own index, their own stock market, if you will. Starstock, right? I like that they've really fleshed out the homepage. They've added vintage as well. That's great. They have best deals under 100 now. This is a new feature. Yesterday's top performers, I mean, they are tuned in with what is going on in the world of trading cards. Nobody's doing that. ComC doesn't do that. They have an emerging 30 for NBA. They do have a solid sealed wax market. I look at this from time to time, and there's a lot of potential for me here for not just buying sealed, but also selling sealed on this platform, because some of the sales that they get Now, I will say there was a point early on in the year where the sales that Starstock were receiving were pretty nuts. Those have come back down to earth and have some parity now with ComC and with eBay. But there was a minute now there where cards on Starstock were just achieving insane completed sales prices that you couldn't get anywhere else. You look, they have MLB upcoming action. You can click all of these links showing you Cincinnati at the Dodgers. You can click the top players in that game, Mookie Betts, Corey Seager. Most traded, you can see who is buying and selling the most cards on the platform. You see today, when I'm recording this video, Terrence Mann stuff really moving, Michael Soroka moving, Nick Solak moving. You can see the latest sales, the newest arrivals. So all this is new. All this is great. Let's flip over now. Let's go back up to the top. I currently have about $900, $854 in my account. I also have about 4,000 cards that I sent in my account. Let's change views. I have some tabs. This view, let's look at some cards that I've sold in the last month or so. So these are some cards that I did buy on on Starstock, these Jalen Brunsons. I bought price, sale price. I do like that. Made some money on a DK, and just took some losses on Ahmed Rosario, Starstock A's. Let's take a look. You can see these ones here that don't have a bot price. These are cards that I sent into Starstock. It's going to take a while. I've been transacting on ComC basically since 2012. Starstock, the new kid in town. Only been on them for a little less than a year now, so forgive me there. $9.49 for a Correa update rookie. That seems pretty good. I don't think I could get that on ComC or eBay. $2.50 here on some Jesse Winkers that have been sitting in my office since I opened 2017 Topps Chrome 4 years ago, 4 years ago. $7 on a Derek White just sitting in a rookie box for me. So all of this is adding up. You can see some of my nicer stuff as well. Cam Johnson for $25, and that was a Starstock B. Coming up this list, a bunch of just low dollar stuff, a bunch of stuff that I would not sell on my own. I don't have time to list 50-cent Jesus Luzardo cards. So to send those to Starstock to get 50 cents a card, they're taking a 5% transaction fee. Totally okay with that. I snuck all of this stuff in before that 25-cent fee got implemented. I probably would have not sent in all of this baseball had there been that fee. That fee is now going to provide, it's going to provide some leeway, especially for the Starstock team. It's not, people aren't going to use Starstock as a catch-all now. You can lose money sending in these nickel and dime cards. You're going to see a lot of dime cards in my account, a lot of baseball rookies that I didn't have to sort out. I just knew they were rookies. I had a rookie box, sent it all to Starstock, let them figure it out. You can just see some other sales here. Basketball selling really well early in the month of April. Some low dollar stuff, KZ Opala. Just a bunch of low dollar stuff. These Valanciunas, these were Starstock A's. Now, we'll talk about this a little bit when I show you my inventory, but very, very hard to get A's on a lot of things. You'll see in my sales there are a lot of Starstock B's. Just like PSA 10 has been more strict with handing out PSA 10s, I feel like Starstock got a lot more strict handing out A's. Come over here, just more sales. Every little thing adding up. 20-cent Edwin Rios, 10-cent Logan Webbs. All of this stuff adds up. Amir Garrett. You can go down the list. $75 Aristides Aquino Gold Refractor. You guys might have watched me pull that on the channel. Let's see if we can go to that. Beautiful card. I think you guys watched me pull that on the channel. Just some more stuff. You know, nothing incredibly high dollar. It's just one of those things where every little penny, every nickel, every dime, every quarter, every dollar adds up. 29 bucks on a Tatis Heritage High Number Starstock A. Probably should have held on to that. But, you know, I am trying to generate some funds into my account. So I was looking, and my last sale on the 24th of the month, a $25 Nico Horner auto from Stadium Club Chrome. But like I said, I have about 4,000 cards in my portfolio now, and this is where some of the troubles get in. So let's go ahead, switch views. I think we're going to now look at some cards that I have for sale. So one of the things that I like that Starstock added, another feature, was that you can look at an individual's, not just their cards that they have for sale, but you can find a user all the cards that they have in their portfolio. Now, I wish that there was a feature that would ask me if I want to show all the cards that I don't have for sale, because I would like to just not. It is kind of weird that people can see the cards that you're holding back. I do like that I can link people specifically to my portfolio, and I actually really like this view because this view does help with pricing out cards. We're going to talk about some of the issues on Starstock with pricing out cards in just a little bit, but you can see here are some of the better cards that I have for sale. One thing that I do like, again, with helping out asking price, you can see this little check mark that says market low. That means that I am the lowest priced on all of those. Now, some of that is because nobody else has a copy of these cards on the marketplace. But let's take this Kevin Porter Jr., for example. Perfect example. It does not have the check mark. I'm asking $50 for this card. We can see the latest sale is $28. Seems like somebody sold low. The market low is $47. So somebody has undercut me by $3. I'm going to show you guys this process, and you're going to understand why we need some new features when it comes to sellers. So I click into the card. So this is the card. I can see that they have a PSA 9 for $195, a Starstock A for $125. Last sale was $80. And then there's me, right? And here it is right here. Here's my copy of this card. Now, in order for me to reprice this card to $46, this is a very user-unfriendly process. What should happen is I should be able to like highlight this price right here and just type 46, enter. Something like that. Something very COM-C-ish. I need a field here to be able to enter that, but that's not how it works on Starstock, unfortunately. I have to click these little 3 dots. I have to click cancel listing. I have to click, or I have to go sell. And now I can type $46. This, maybe on a 1 card issue, maybe if I had a portfolio of 100 cards, this is not that bad. But I have 4,000 cards. And I'm going to be undercut daily. You can see here I have 3 other cards that I'm not the market low on. 2 other cards that I'm not the market low on, just in my most expensive top 8 cards. I have to do the exact same thing with this Rui. I have to click this. I have to click cancel the listing. I have to click sell. I have to look and see what somebody has. Somebody has one for sale for $40. So I have to go $39. I have to undercut them. If I want to guarantee that my Rui will be the next one that sells at the price, I have to be the lowest on the market. Or I can just play the long game. I can just not reprice. But to stay on top of things, you're going to want to be repricing your stuff and being the lowest on the market. And that is where the struggle happens. We're going to talk about that in the next view that I have for you. But here is some of the stuff that I have for sale. I did price out some of my nicer stuff. I went and cherry picked through my submissions once they all uploaded into my account. Took about 8 weeks for things to start rolling into my account, and about 10 weeks for everything to start or to finish up. They did process my smaller batch of nicer cards first, and then all the bulk came later on. But you can see a lot of basketball. I sent in a lot of basketball, some baseball, low end, but some really nice basketball stuff. Just some guys who, middle tier guys, your Sekus, your Jarrett Culvers, just random autos from Prism Draft. I think this is Omar Yurtsevic or whatever his name is. Yoli Childs. Just guys who are probably don't currently have a path to the NBA. A lot of Prism Draft, a lot of Optic from 1920 last year. I do wish that they would condense all of these into one view. It seems silly because I have a whole lot of these for sale. It looks like I have 11 of them for sale. They are all Starstock A's. So here's a perfect example. This Romeo Langford. I click into it. I see that I have 11 of 11 listed. Lowest price is $1. I have them up for $1.75 because I priced them out several weeks ago. I have to click cancel all listings. I have to click sell. I have to go 11. And then I have to list them all for, let's say, 95 cents. It's a process. Now, maybe you're like, well, that only takes 15 seconds. Okay, you're right. But what happens when I have 400 cards per day that all need to be repriced if I want to continually be the lowest on the market? 400 times 15 seconds. Okay, well, now you're looking at, whatever, 6,000 seconds. You do the math. You see, it's just not a quick, intuitive process. So this really needs to be adjusted. There needs to be a way to quickly reprice items on this service. Now, another good point I want to bring up here, between A's and B's, you see that I have 17 of these cards. I sent 17 of these cards in with my submission. 11 of them received a Starstock A. 6 of them received a Starstock B. This was an untypical, for this particular card, untypical experience. Typically, I was seeing 50-50 or worse on the ratio of A's to B's. I sent in a whole lot of duplicates. In fact, let's go to that page right now. This is my collection. They do have an estimated portfolio value, which I do think is quite a bit off. I do not know how they compute these numbers. I'd be interested to hear it. But here are all of my items. You can see that I have 90 cards for sale. I have 3,823 cards owned and 986 unique cards, it looks like. I have my list over here sorted by unlisted, all cards, all years. I can go by product, I believe, right here by clicking over to baseball, basketball, football, soccer. I don't have any soccer, vintage, or football, really. So mostly just baseball and basketball. But you can just see that for unlisted cards, I just have large swatches of 16 Cody Martins right here. Perfect example. Let's go into this one really quick. This Cody Martin, I sent in 16 of them. I got 5 A's and 11 B's. This is the reverse of the Romeo Langford. So these were all cards pack pulled. We know that cards don't come out of the pack PSA 10. But again, for me to list some of these cards, I have to click Starstock A, I have to click sell, I have to hit 5, and then I have to hit 28 cents to be the lowest priced on the site. So I can go ahead and do that. Now the other 11 right here, the lowest I can price these 11 is 10 cents to go along with everybody else. I paid $0 to put these on the site. As of right now, there is nothing to de-incentivize me not to list these. So maybe Cody Martin goes on a tear in year 3 or 4 of his career, and some of this starts to dry up now that they have a 25 cent per item. So I am playing the very long game on some of these low dollar stuff, because right now this is representation of when they had no fee. Anybody could just submit anything they wanted. Right now, you can't do that on Starstock, so these numbers, especially for players like Cody Martin, will go down as cards sell and ship out. So I am playing the long game. Right now, if I list these cards, let's say I wanted to list all of them, all 11, at 10 cents each, which is the minimum amount you see right here. Minimum amount is 10 cents. I pay a 5% transaction fee with a minimum of 5 cents, which means on my 10-cent sale, I am paying 5 cents. So if I sell all 11 of these for $1.10, Starstock is going to take 55 cents. So I don't need 55 cents in my account, so I'm just not going to sell those. Let's go back. I just closed that out. Let me go back to that page really quick and go to my collection, all my unlisted. And you can just see I submitted tons of rookies, 14 Ignas Brazikis. Let's look at the ratio. 8 Starstock A's, 6 Starstock B's. Again, 50-50 or close. Let's look at some other players not from Optic. Prism Draft right here. I submitted 10 Darius Garlands. I got 8 A's, you can see, 1 B. The A's for this card have totally bottomed out, selling for 10 cents with 138. I'm not going to do anything with this card. Might take a while for that to go up to 25 cents with 63 cards for sale. perfectly okay waiting. Again, that's a card that I would not submit to them now, given that 25-cent listing fee. So when you're curating your submissions, you're really going to have to be a lot more careful with what you send in. Scrolling down here, you can see I sent in a lot of Prism Draft, whole lot of Prism Draft from last year. Got some color in there as well. Cam Johnson, perfect example of a good card to send them, numbered to 125. So there isn't going to be anybody else who has that. You can see I sent in a lot of reds. A lot of the reds ended up being Bs, a couple Cs, like on this Jackson Hayes. So I sent them a ton of cards. You can just keep scrolling down this list. Some 17, 18 stuff. They gave this Lonzo Ball a C. That is horrible. A C. They're saying that this is like a PSA 7. So I have a pretty good eye. I know what I pulled this card out of. I pulled it last year. I looked at it. I thought that it was not a PSA 10, but we vastly disagree on the grade on this one. I sent this one in a top loader to them. Sent them some other stuff. I sent them some of my Prism stuff. A lot of my Prism got dinged as Bs and Cs. You guys can see that right here. Cam Reddish, a B. And it hurts. Let's look at this Tyler Hero, for example. When they say it is a B, when they're very stingy with their A's, look at how much it cost me. I could sell this Tyler Hero right now for $9.20, but had it been an A, the difference between the last sale of a B and an A is $9.50 to $35. So this is somewhat subjective. I trust them for the most part. I would hope that they are not gatekeeping and, like we suspect with PSA, trying to keep the PSA 10 pop count low. I really hope that Starstock doesn't have an initiative to keep the Starstock A counts low, because as you can see right here, their evaluation that my card was a B is going to cost me about $25 on that sale. Come in here, look at some other stuff that I sent in. This is really going to be probably the meat of the video. I sent in 7... Excuse me, I bought those. Never mind, I didn't send in 7 red, white, and blues. Another really good example of something that cost me. A PJ Washington Silver, I have a bunch of these. But as you can see, the latest sale of a B was $8. People are asking $19.98 for them. On the A's, people are asking $65. The last sale was $65, so I have effectively lost $45 because somebody decided that the card was a B and not an A. So that is the effect that I feel of getting more Bs than As. One of the most common questions that I get about Starstock is what percentage of As and Bs and Cs. And before this previous submission, I would say that I had received around 50% A, 40, or no, sorry, this was this submission. I would say that with my previous submissions, it was about 65 to 70% A, and C's and B's were about 30%. With this latest submission, I don't even think I got above 50% A's on those 4,000 cards that I sent in. I think that I got probably about 35% A's and around, let's say, 55% B. I definitely think over half of my cards were B's. So they have really, really stepped up the standards, or they're gatekeeping A's. I'm not sure. And it is what it is. So that's what you have to play with if you are working with Starstock. You have to accept that whatever they say your card is, there's no dispute process or anything like that. I guess down the line you might be able to submit it to PSA, and if it comes back at 10, you can say I told you so, but whatever. You can just see, here's all the baseball stuff I submitted. Again, a lot of low-dollar rookies. All of these are about 10 cents, 34 cents. Just really cheap stuff that I wouldn't have sent to ComC, that I wouldn't have sent anywhere else, that I wouldn't have done anything with, because what can you really do with 10-cent cards other than send them or sell them in a big lot? So I just sent them all here, and eventually I'll sort it out. But right now, to price these cards out one at a time, to look at these, again, no point. But like this Paddock, to sell this one Chris Paddock card, I have to click into it. I have to click sell. I have to go 1. I have to go 94 cents, continue, Now imagine having to do that 3,500 times. That is my biggest gripe with Starstock right now, is just that I need an inventory management system that is more like ComC's inventory management system. That is the only thing that ComC has managed to not screw up in 2021, is that they haven't made any significant changes to their platform that are unuser friendly. The inventory system for repricing cards quickly and having enough information to effectively make a good decision on what you want to price those cards at remains a good user experience on ComC. On Starstock, it is one of the most glaring user interactions that I think is absolutely failing. It's just tough. So that's why I cherry picked through the cards that I submitted to Starstock, and I was only pricing out the higher price stuff, the lower end stuff, the stuff that I have to input 40 cents, 60 cents, $1. Like, that is just going to be so time consuming. Now, I said that I am all in, and let's go back to Starstock's homepage. I said that I was all in on Starstock, and I mean this. I am playing the very long game with Starstock. I recognize that. But they have to work with us a little here. We know that they have funding. We know that they have a bright future. We know that their competition is totally in the mud right now, and this is a prime opportunity for them to grab market share in the online consignment world. ComC is doing absolutely nothing. You can't get a card shipped to you from ComC for weeks, if not months, even using their fastest service. Processing delays galore unless you are sending stuff to their auction service. They have 1,600 negative feedback and counting on eBay right now. It is affecting their sales, whether they will say that or not, and they probably won't. It is affecting their sales. You can compare their completed eBay auction sales to services like ProbeSteam, PWCC, Big Boyd, and you can just see that the other services in the auction game are getting higher completed sales and more bids just because of those shipping troubles that have plagued ComC. It takes forever to get a card from them. So right now, the online consignment marketplace is ripe. There is a opportunity for Starstock to gain a lot of ground on a competitor who has been in the game for over a decade, and Starstock is, a decade behind, but their technology is quickly catching up. There are features that I would believe are mandatory that need to be added this year. There has to be a better way to ship cards out on Starstock. Right now it is a Google Docs form or something along those lines. I haven't even tried because I looked at it. I was like, this is a total mess. It's not fleshed out. I understand that. I understand they're new in the game. I understand that they're going to have some growing pains. But also as a seller, I need those features. That is the lifeblood of their service right now, is to sell cards and keep cards interacting on their website as if it is a stock market. I suspect a lot of people aren't shipping cards out on Starstock. So I need these features in order to be able to effectively manage a very large inventory of 4,000 cards. And I want to be buying more. I want to be flipping more on Starstock and really dig in. But the problem is I just don't have those features to be able to properly manage my inventory without it taking way too long. So that is my biggest gripe about Starstock. But otherwise, I am all in on this service. I'm a big fan. So that's going to do it for me. I'll probably do another one of these videos in the next 2 to 3 months and let you guys know where my account is. If you enjoy this content, I know this video ran long, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, we'll get back to doing a rip or something like that tomorrow. That's going to do it for me. Take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you next time on Down the Road.